We may have done it. We may have done the whole thing very fast, right? But at least, even an overview is very good. When we get an overview of Bhagavad Gita, right? So, one second. My bag is hanging here. Okay. So, uh, when we go into the 13th chapter today, 13th chapter is, so now the knowledge section begins, Jnana. Right? So, like I had mentioned, 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, first 6 are the karma section, the middle 6 are bhakti, and the last 6 are the Jnana section, the knowledge section. So last week when we discussed the 12th chapter, we had taken the acronym God, God. G was Godhead, O is options, and D is devotees disposition. The Bhaktya Ashtaka that Krishna sang, the glories of his devotees, the wonderful qualities in his devotee that Krishna appreciates. So today, as we begin the 13th chapter of the Gita, the acronym will be wisest. Wisest. So, the first W is wise questions by Arjuna. Krishna appreciates. Wow, very nice. Wise questions. That is between first to seventh verse. Till seventh verse is wise questions. Then 8 to 12 is items of knowledge. Then 13 to 19 will be the knowledge of soul and super soul. Then text 20 to 26 will be enjoyer. Who is the real enjoyer? Text 27, 28, and 29, that is text 27 to text 29, will be seeker to seer. Somebody was seeking, start seeing, gets the vision. We'll discuss that. And text 30 to text 35 is the transcendental knowledge. Being transcendental to everything of this world. So, anybody would like me to repeat the acronym once again and the verse numbers? Okay. Whoever has joined today, actually, everyone has kept their video switched off. So, I don't know if they're awake also or not. Anyways, so as we begin in this chapter, text chapter number 13, we have to understand that chapter 1 to 6 is how to achieve bhakti through one's work, that is karma. Chapters 13 to 18 is how to achieve bhakti through knowledge, that is jnana yoga. Through karma yoga, how to attain bhakti is first 6 chapter. Chapter 13 to 18, the last 6 chapters is how to attain same bhakti through knowledge. And the middle 6 chapter between 7 to 12 is bhakti yoga. So one may ask a question, if bhakti is ultimate, then why jnana is prescribed after the section on bhakti? One can ask this question. Karma was, I explained, bhakti was explained, but why jnana was given at the last? So if you see 12.7, in the last chapter, the 7th verse, who can quickly tell me the verse? No. Okay. So in the Chatushloki Gita, 10th chapter, Krishna had said, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. I give them buddhi yoga, my devotees, those who are engaged in undeviated bhakti for me, I give them knowledge. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. So that was one assurance Krishna gave in the Chatushloki Gita. Again in 12.7, Krishna says, Tesham aham samuddharta mrityu samsara sagarat भवामीना चिरात पार्थ मय्यावेशित चेतसा. Those who are maya aveshita chetasam, he Partha, he Arjuna, those whose minds are always absorbed in me, whose consciousness is always absorbed in me. What do I do? Tesham, to such devotees, aham samudharta, I save them. Mrityu samsara sagarat, this world of death. I save them from this repeated birth and death. How does it happen? Bhavamina chirat partha. It won't take time. Very quickly I do it. So Krishna, recollecting his two verses, assurance in the Chatushloki and the 12.7, he is giving knowledge here. Right? Like if there is a house on fire and there are people trapped in it, what do firemen do? They will, or anybody from outside do, give knowledge how to get out of that house. The house on fire, which exit should be used, which would be safe, how to come out of it. Similarly, this samsara dava nalalidhaloka, this world is on fire, right? Krishna is saying, I assure, I will help my devotee, I will give knowledge. That's why the last section of Bhagavad Gita is of Jnana Yoga. Krishna, so after having spoken about pure devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti, still why is Krishna speaking about knowledge? Because Krishna wants to supply philosophical knowledge required to remove oneself from material entanglement. Right? So Srila Prabhupada says, if jnana is utilized to attain devotion, it becomes part of bhakti. But without the touch of bhakti, karma and jnana are useless. So like karma utilized to attain devotion. Okay, very good. It becomes part of bhakti. Jnana utilized to attain devotion, that jnana becomes part of bhakti. But if without bhakti, somebody is only engaged either in karma or jnana, that becomes useless because it does not connect you to Krishna. That's why bhakti yoga is kept in the middle, where it can remain in contact with karma and it can remain in contact with jnana and add value to it. Right? Okay, let's get into the chapter. So Arjuna will ask 6 questions to Krishna. Right? In the first verse. And what are these 6 questions about? Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetragya, Jnanam, and Niyam. So we also inquire, we also ask many times questions, but all our inquiry is only till the point of eating, sleeping, mating, defending, to enjoy in this world. That's all. Look at Arjuna's questions when he begins, the knowledge section begins. This is called right inquiry. What is Prakriti? What is Purusha? What is Kshetra? What is Kshetragya? Right? Or who is Kshetragya? What is Jnanam? And what is Niyam? So what is Prakriti? Arjuna is saying, I can see material nature around me. Can you tell me what is this Prakriti? Then he says, Purusha. Who is trying to enjoy this Prakriti? Right? So that will be discussed. Kshetra. Kshetra means this body. Just like a farmer will have a kshetra, a field. So Atma is given a field, this body to work upon. Kshetrajna, who is the knower of this field? Right? We may say, Gokul Prabhu will say, this is my body. Okay, do you know everything about that body? Say, I don't know I say, Lagta hai it is mine. I feel like it is mine, but okay, save it, control it. Don't agree for the changes happening in the body, youth, old age, disease, death. I am just sitting in that body, Kshetra, and working around with it. Kshetrajna, then who is the knower? Who is supposed to be knowing this body? Jnanam. So Arjuna is asking what is knowledge and the process of acquiring knowledge. And the sixth question is about Gneyam, object of knowledge. So, Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, and Gneyam. So, what is, so if you summarize these six questions, Arjuna's six questions can be summarized. Arjuna is inquiring about matter, spirit, and knowledge. What is matter? Prakriti and Kshetra are matter. Spirit is Purusha and Kshetrajna. Knowledge is Jnana and Gneyam. Right? So matter, spirit, and knowledge. So if you have your Bhagavad Gita, if you can see the chapter title for 13th chapter, what is the title for 13th chapter?
Nature, the enjoyer, and consciousness.
What is nature? Prakriti, matter. What is enjoyer? That is the spirit, Purush and Kshetrajna. And consciousness, Jnanam and Name. That's why the chapter title is like that, on Arjuna's beautiful question that he has put in. Six things he's asking to Arjuna here. Okay. So, what is Kshetra and Kshetrajna? That is described in text 2 to text 7. Kshetra is the field of activities. Prabhupada gives the example of a farmer. A farmer has a kshetra, land, to work upon. Similarly, the soul is given this body, kshetra, to work upon, right? And how much are they trying to study this kshetra, this body, made up of matter, 8 elements? Look at the medical science, look at the colleges, look at the research going on, and yet you ask the doctor, sir, you are an ENT specialist. He will say, no, not all ENT. I'm only N specialist, that is nose. Okay, you ask that. Okay, do you know everything about the nose? He says, no, sir. I am the specialist of only the right hole of the nose. Okay, not even the left hole. Okay, very good. Do you know everything about the right hole of the nose? He says, no, sorry, I don't know everything about it. Think of it. Kshetra, the field of activity that is being given to us. And we all go with so much pride. I am an engineer. I'm an MTech. I'm a PhD. What do we know? We don't even know our body properly. Suddenly something happens and we are like caught unaware. The very field that has been given to us, nobody is teaching us. This is Arjuna's question to Krishna. Tell me about the Kshetra. And then more than that, Kshetrajna, the soul. What is our knowledge about soul? Useless pride we have of some material knowledge, useless avidya that we are carrying with us. And all that it gives is some money that we earn every month. That's all. Nothing more than that in that knowledge. Kshetrajna, the knower of that field of activities, the soul. Okay, so there is body, which is kshetra, soul, which is kshetrajna, but does this soul know everything about the body? So Krishna, adds one more. Then kshetrajna, one more kshetrajna is there. Body is there, the soul is there, and the Paramatma is there, the super soul also in this body. Another kshetrajna. What is the difference? The soul can attempt to know about the body, right? But I cannot know what is going on in Amrit Hari Prabhu's body. But the Paramatma, while sitting in my body and Amrit Hari Prabhu's body and everyone's body, knows everything about all the bodies. The Paramatma knows about this body and Paramatma knows about all the bodies also at the same time. That is super knower. So Atma is the knower, Paramatma is the super knower. Kshetra, Kshetrajna is clarified. Right? So, what is the Kshetra consists of? We had discussed gross and subtle elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intense, ego. 8 elements. In the 7th chapter, they are discussed. That's Kshetra. Or one can say the senses and the sense objects. that is kshetra. Right? And what happens? There is transformation in kshetra, right? Happiness, distress, desire, hatred. The kshetra undergoes, the body undergoes transformations like that. Hmm? So kshetra is the body, kshetrajna is the soul. Krishna as Paramatma also is kshetrajna, right? Then in the third verse, Krishna says, Jnanam is perfect knowledge of the material body and its nodes. If you want to know what is knowledge, first understand what is body, what is soul, and what is super soul. These three things should be very clear in life. I am not the body. Okay, out of these three, who are we not? Let us see. Who can answer? Body, soul, and super soul. Who are we not?
Body and super soul.
Very good. We are not the body and we are not the super soul. We are soul. Where is super soul residing? Okay, where is the soul in the body? Which is you.
Heart.
No, not heart. In the region of the heart. Not heart. Because heart can be transplanted. And you don't see keep person changing. The heart is taken from here and there, transplanted. The person still remembers, who was I? Then that Atma is in the region of the heart. Right? Like, sometimes they will put a pacemaker, an artificial heart, but it has batteries to supply energy. That heart, which is, that blood transfusion that is happening, right? The purification of the blood that goes on with the heart, our heart, the way it is pumping, boom, boom, boom. Imagine if our veins and arteries, it would not have any ending, right? The pressure that the heart creates, the pressure pump, you can call it, it creates, the blood will spill close to 4 meters around. That is the pressure that it creates. When a lady gets pregnant, suddenly towards the baby, toward the lower part of the body, the same body, in a minute, 40 liters of blood moves around, which was not happening before. 40 liters of blood, equivalent, that much blood goes around. How are these changes happening? Right? Now the heart, artificial heart requires batteries, electricity, like currents. What is this natural heart that we have, which is functioning so nicely? Where is the energy coming from? That is the presence of the soul. So, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hridadeshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. Krishna will say, Ishvara, Paramatma, sits in the region of the heart. Hrida Deshe, not Hrida Avastiti, Hrida Deshe Avastiti. In the region of the heart. So Atma and Paramatma both are sitting in the region of the heart. Right? Oh, the balloons. Krishna. So what is real knowledge? Do you know the body? Do you know the soul? And do you know the super soul? Right? Generally, we tell our students, and our, boys, see, you are studying Bhagavad Gita, you've got the knowledge of soul and everything, right? Please please do not commit the mistake going to the college, going to office, and you'll have your, girls in the college, or the, ladies who are working in the college. Do not try to show off. Okay? Do not try to show off. Oh, I know so much of the Gita now. But the boys, they want to show off and they will tell the girls. Sit here. I will give you knowledge. See, we are not this body, we are spirit soul. And the girl will get impressed like anything. Wow, nobody ever taught me this thing. And she will send a message. Oh, what knowledge you have given me today. Wow, I'm thinking about it. I am not this body, I am spirit soul. Thank you. And the boy will respond to the message saying, wait, tomorrow I will give you something more. And the next day at office or college, the boy meets the girl. Okay, you now know you are not this body, you are spirit soul. Now hear from me the next level. You are not this body, you are spirit soul. And there is also one super soul sitting in the heart. And the girl is like, what? Ye kya tha? This is great knowledge. What are you telling me? I am not this body, I am soul, and God is sitting in my heart as super soul. Wonderful. And the boy will send a message in the night. Sorry, the girl will send a message in the night. Sir, let us meet tomorrow again. I cannot, stop myself. I want to tell you some great realization that I have got. And the boy that will go to the college the third day or the office, and the girl will tell, what is my realization? I am soul, and you are my super soul. And the story ends there, all the knowledge gone, all the knowledge over. I am your soul and you are my super soul. All Bhagavad Gita studies over after that. Right? But the knowledge means understanding what is the body, what is the soul, and what is super soul. So, in terms of knowledge now, you find knowledge could be understood in terms of consciousness of a person. Right? So, Upanishads, they tell us the consciousness is at 5 levels. Knowledge or consciousness at 5 levels. It is also, the word is used kosha. The first level of knowledge is annamaya kosha. What is the understanding? Very gross. Because I am eating, I am alive. Annamaya kosha. I want to eat, I want to eat, I want to eat. Right? You find small babies, anything they get, they want to put in mouth. Eating, eating, eating. Even grown-ups you find, anything they will eat. Is it eatable, not eatable? Is it fit for human consumption or not? That also they will not care. Right? Is it offered to Krishna? Is it prasad? Forget it, that they do not know only. Annamaya kosha is like, Srila Prabhupada one time asked a reporter, what is keeping us alive? And this reporter said, food. If we eat food, then that's why we are alive. And Srila Prabhupada asked, then you put food in a dead body and bring it back to life. If food is keeping you alive, then a dead body should come back to life by giving food. And this reporter was taken aback, and Prabhupada said, this is annamaya kosha. Food is everything. Next level of knowledge is pranamaya. Pranamaya means I have to preserve my life. I have to protect my body. Look at all the factories and industries and hospitals and everything that has come up. For what? Insurance. I have to protect my life. No, all these establishments that we have created, can they protect life? But how much faith is there? If I have insurance, I'll be protected. If we make good hospitals, nobody will die as if. No. But pranamaya kosha is, I seek to preserve my life. You try to stop an ant or try to fiddle around with an ant. The ant wants to protect its life. No. I want to live with this body. I want to remain in this body. Don't hurt me. Knowledge is there. First level of knowledge is I'm eating, food is everything. Second is to protect oneself. Right? Anybody living, human, animal, plants, everyone try. They try to protect themselves. Third is Jnanamaya. The Jnanamaya stage is one starts understanding this body is there, the mind is functioning, the intelligence is there, the material nature is there, the emotions are there. One goes to subtle understanding of life beyond the gross Jnanamaya stage. Right? The fourth is Vijnanamaya stage, which is called the understanding of soul comes now. Okay? The understanding of soul, understanding of Brahman, this comes at the fourth stage. The fifth stage is Anandamaya. The Anandamaya consciousness is one understand what is soul, what is super soul, how the soul can experience Ananda by serving the super soul, by serving God, by serving Paramatma. So, in text 6, Krishna talks about what is the composition of the body. Right? What is the composition of the body? The 24 elements of material nature. Right? So I will quickly share with you what are these 24 elements. Right? One second. I'm just putting a small image. I will try my best and see if I can put it on the chat, so that when I am counting all these, no, I cannot copy paste the image here. How do I do that?
Yeah, probably. I think.
Could you try the whiteboard?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, new whiteboard. What is being wrong? Yes, got it. Can you see it on the whiteboard?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So Mahabhutani Ahankaro Buddhiravyaktamevacha Indriyani Dashaikam cha Pancha cha Indriya Gocharaha. 24 elements. This is what the body is made up of. The 5 great elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. What's going on? Who is playing around with the whiteboard here? So how do I erase these lines? Haha, I don't know. Okay. So 24 elements of, so 5: earth, water, fire, air, ether. You see 5. Next 5 is eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Next 5 are voice, legs, hands, anus, and genitals. Next 5 are smell, taste, form, touch, and sound. These constitute kshetras. And next is mind, intelligence, false ego, and pradhana. We'll not go into detail of it. Total 5 fours are 20, and then 24 elements. That's what the body is made up of. Okay. Let's come back to our discussion. We move ahead. Then Krishna talks about, what are the changes that the body undergoes. Right? Generally, we understand there are 6 changes that the body undergoes. Right? Birth, growth, maintenance, production of byproducts, dwindling, and death. I'll repeat once again: 6. Birth, growth, maintenance, production of byproducts, then dwindling, old age, right? And ultimately death. So 6 external changes are there. What are the internal changes? Ichha, dvesha, sukham, Dukkham, right? Right? All these are vikara in the body. So there are external changes and there are internal changes that this kshetra, this body undergoes. Hmm? Let's go to the next section, Jnanam, which is 13.8 to 12. So from here onwards, after studying Bhagavad Gita 13 chapter 8 to 12th verse, if anybody asks you what is knowledge, this is knowledge. Text 8 to 12, 13.8 to 12. Hmm? Now Krishna talks about in this 8 to 12th verse, he talks about cultivating the qualities required for knowledge. And once you get knowledge, what should be the qualities in you? It's the same thing. So qualities required to gain knowledge, jnana. And once you have jnana, then these qualities will automatically manifest in you. Can somebody recite the verse for me? 13.8. How does it begin?
Amanitvam adambitvam amisha shantir arjavam acharyo pasanam socham stairyam atma vinigraha.
What is the first quality? Amanitvam adambitvam ahimsa shantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham sthairyamatma vinigraha. So it is Bhagavad Gita, it is the song. So the more we recite it, the more we come to how Krishna must have recited it. Right? So amanitvam, we will discuss the first quality, humility. So humility is required to gain knowledge. How many of you agree? Are you all humble? See, when I speak, all of you keep yourself mute. That is humility. Right? Okay. So that's humility. Generally, guru will sit on a raised seat. Disciple will sit on the floor. Like if you come to ISKCON temple at Calgary, anytime Bhagavad Gita class or Bhagavatam class happens, the speaker is given an elevated seat and everyone else sits on the floor because then knowledge can flow in that humility. Okay, I'll sit down at the feet and I want to take knowledge. This. So humility is required for knowledge. Then I take the second thing. Once you have the knowledge, then humility all the more required. If knowledge does not bring humility, that knowledge was not knowledge. That was actually ignorance. Right? Vidya vinayena shobhati. Vidya, where does Vidya knowledge looks good? Where Vinay is there. Krishna, when he goes to a forest with his friends, he's showing them the trees and teaching lessons from the trees in Bhagavatam, 10th canto. And Krishna says, look at this tree. The more it is laden with fruits, the more it bends, like a person in knowledge. One who attains knowledge becomes humble. So humility required to gain knowledge. And once you have knowledge, it will be seen, have you become humble? But if knowledge brings pride, look at little school, college, some little education, they take all material education, but only brings pride. If that is the case, then it was not knowledge. So 13.8 to 12 verses is all about cultivating the qualities required for knowledge and what should happen once you have the knowledge, both things. And Krishna says, the soul and the super soul are the real objects to be known. And Krishna says, only my devotee, in text 19, you will see Krishna says, only my devotee can perfectly understand soul and super soul. No one else. Okay. So, and you can, at your leisure, you can read all the qualities, knowledge, what qualities are needed for knowledge. But Srila Vishwanath Thakur, one Acharya in our parampara, he especially comments out of all the qualities. Okay, your first homework is count how many qualities are given there between text 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. How many are there? Okay, read through all of them. And Srila Vishwanath Thakur says, if you want to find out which is the most important one, that is Maicha Ananya Yogena Bhaktir Avyabhicharini. The third verse begins with this. Maicha Ananya Bhakti, Avyabhichari Bhakti. You know, pure devotional service to me. And Vishwanath Thakur says, wherever there is devotion to Krishna, all other qualities will manifest automatically. That's why this bhakti, ahetuki bhakti, avyabhicharani bhakti, ananya bhakti is so important. So, now having taught the process for attaining knowledge, Krishna will now teach what is to be known, gneyam, right? What are the real objects of knowledge? Atma, Paramatma, who is God, right? What is Krishna, right? Who is Krishna out of all this? So in the 13th verse, Krishna says, by knowing the knowable, you will attain liberation. Just by understanding Atma and understanding Paramatma, Krishna says you will attain liberation from this world. Then Krishna says, the Brahman, the Atma, the soul is beginningless. Anadimat Param Brahma. Krishna says it is subordinate to me. It can never become one with God. Anadimat Param Brahma. In text 14, he talks about how the super soul, Yat Prabhava, is all pervading. Super soul is there in everyone's heart. If there is life, there is Atma, and Atma is always guided by Paramatma. So all of us have Paramatma in the heart, our own hearts, right? We can say like that. But the Paramatma is silent now. Because so many lives we have lived in this world, and we have kind of given deaf ears to Paramatma. Right? Like imagine, Gaurav Prabhu dials a call to me. I don't pick up. He again calls me and I don't pick up. And he repeats the same thing for many days, but I don't respond to his calls. Gaurav Prabhu, what will you do with me?
Yeah, like after one time we'll stop calling.
He say, I don't want to call. Okay. I remain, but I don't want to call. That's what has happened with Paramatma now. We kind of intentionally avoided Paramatma for many lifetimes. Now we cannot hear Paramatma. All of you may realize, sometimes you may see there is a voice from within which says, do it. And sometimes you hear that very bleak voice. No, this is not good. Don't do it. It could be mind speaking. It could be intelligence speaking. It could be Paramatma speaking. These balloons. So, at our stage, Paramatma is not speaking. At our stage, intelligence is very weak. At our stage, mostly the mind is howling. It's the mind which tells us, and we feel, oh, maybe I'm guided by God. No. At our stage, we need living guru. Somebody who is living, whom we can go and ask, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking. Is it the right decision? Our decision making should not be left to us, because at our stage, it's mostly the mind which is the enemy, uncontrolled mind. But the more we study scriptures, the more we listen to Guru, the intelligence becomes sharp. Then the intelligence will come. What do you mean by sharp intelligence? Sharp intelligence will benefit the soul, not look for the worldly benefits. Like Amritari Prabhu has to decide, I want to chant Hare Krishna. And the mind will say, see, the bed is so nice. And especially, what do you call a Rajai? Amritari Prabhu.
Blanket.
Okay, blanket is something else. Blanket is still not that comfortable. Oh, there's some word I'm forgetting now.
Comforter.
A comforter, yeah, sorry, yes, comforter. Right? Amrit Prabhu's mind is saying, sit on the bed and, take the comforter and, then if I chant, it will be nice. But then the intelligence should say, no, this is not nice. For body, it may be nice, but for the soul, it is not nice. But when will intelligence say this? Intelligence will say this when it is nourished properly, when we study scriptures, when we hear from Guru, when we take guidance, right? And imagine when Paramatma will speak to us, what a stage that would be. Anandamaya stage. We hear Krishna speaking. Each of us have our individual Paramatma with us. Uselessly, needlessly running in the material world for no good. When that deer which has musk right in its belly, but this deer is running around the forest. Where is the fragrance? Where is the fragrance? And gets caught by the hunter. That's what the condition is of the spirit soul in this world. Jumping around, running around, right, in this world, but not understanding the Paramatma is right there, the source of all Ananda, right sitting next to your heart, next to you in your heart, right? This Paramatma is all pervading in the text 14. In text 15, it is transcendental. In 16th, it is all reconciling. In 17th, it is undivided. And ultimately in text 18, Hridhi Sarvasya Vishtitam. Where is this Paramatma? Right there in the region of the heart with the Atma. Okay. Now let's go to the next section. Wisest, the E, enjoyer. That is text 20 to 26. So, in text 20, Krishna says all good and bad events or transformations, they occur in Prakriti, right? Good, bad, right, wrong, happiness, distress, nothing to do with the soul. It all happens with Prakriti, that is the body. But when I think I am the body, I think I am happy, I am suffering. This is good, that is, all these dualities occur in the material nature, in the body. It has got nothing to in the body or the mind. It has got nothing to do with the soul, which is I. But it's like saying, when Rishabh Prabhu, his car, imagine some kids while playing in the temple parking, some kids, they scratch Rishabh Prabhu's car. And then Rishabh Prabhu becomes angry. Why? Rishabh Prabhu, can you answer? Why would you become angry?
Because the car got damaged.
You didn't get damaged, right? Car got damaged. Then why are you angry?
Because I relate with the car.
Because you are attached to the car. Similarly, everything is happening to the body, but I am attached to the body. And I think I am happy. I am suffering. I am good. I am bad. This was not right. That was wrong. I attained success. Oh, that was a failure. Nothing, just as whatever happened was to the car, but Rishabh Prabhu feels bad. Similarly, everything happens to the body and I feel as much attachment I have with the body, as much identification I have with the body, that much I will undergo I experience transformation, but nothing is happening to me, right? That's text 20, right? And the more we identify with Prakriti, the more happiness and distress of this world. Imagine there are yogis who are sitting in cold Himalayas. They also have a body like us. There are yogis who are sitting in the middle of a fire under a hot sun. How are they able to do it? Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 70, with 2 heart attacks, could go to America and preach. And we are not able to even chant properly our own 16 rounds. How could he undergo so much? Not identifying with the body. Now identifying with the soul and Paramatma is there now, right? And how does this identification increase? The more you want to enjoy Prakriti, the more you plan to enjoy Prakriti, the more attachment will come. The more bondage with this Prakriti, this body will come. That's why as soon as we come to ISKCON, we are told no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling. These are the ways we want to enjoy with the body. And we get caught with the body. And as soon as, those who hold on and remain practicing devotional service, Krishna consciousness, they will experience such Shanti. Wow, life is so good. Since the time I've started chanting Hare Krishna and following the regulative principles, why? You are no more being dragged along with the body and the transformations of the body. See? So, in text 7 to 20, text 7 and text 20, Krishna talks about the changes that the body undergoes. Text 6, 21, text 6 and text 21 and text 22 and text 30, Krishna talks about the origin of this body, Prakriti. Right? Text 20 again, okay, I'll repeat. Krishna talks about Prakriti and Purusha are eternal. Next to the verse in your Bhagavad Gita, you can write, Prakriti and Purusha are eternal. Prakriti undergoes transformation. Right? And the Jiva, because the soul wants to enjoy the Prakriti, Bhunte Prakriti Jahan Gunan. See text 22. Go to text 22 in your 13th chapter. Purushaha Prakriti. What is this Purusha? The soul. Prakriti, the soul within the Prakriti. What does it do? Bhunte, wants to enjoy. Then what happens? Gets caught. Karanam guna sang asya. Now sad asad yoni janmasu. The soul takes birth in likable and dislikable births and bodies. Now birth and death has to be experienced by the soul. The more, if you desire to enjoy, that's why as devotees, we want to engage everything in service of Krishna, not our own enjoyment. Earlier when we will cook, let's say sabji, we cook a sabji, and what would we do? Right on the stove, when the sabji is getting cooked, we will put a spoon in it and start tasting it. Acha bana ki nahi bana? Okay, I have to put more salt. It was for my enjoyment. Now what do? We put all our good intelligence and heart, prepare it. No, you cannot eat it. Offer it to Krishna first. See? We don't want to enjoy. We want to engage everything in Krishna's service. One time, Bhakti Siddhanta Sri Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's guru, when he was 4 years old, his father Bhaktivinoda Thakur bought some mangoes and brought home. And what did small boy, 4-year-old boy do? He picked up a mango and started eating it. And his father told him, "Oh, what have you done? The mango was not offered to Krishna. Why did you eat it?" And the 4-year-old boy in front of his father, he said, really? Oh, I'm an offender to Krishna now. I take a vow that in this life, I will never eat a mango. And Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur from 4-year-old to the time he was an acharya and he left his body, never ate a mango because it was not offered to Krishna. I ate it once. Think of it, what pure souls are these? And when we look at ourselves, we should ask, when will some little seriousness come in me? That let everything be for Krishna. It belongs to Krishna, not to me. And I can offer it to Krishna and have it. Let me take permission from Krishna. Why should, if I try to enjoy, I only suffer. Sad asad yoni janmushu. Text 23, Krishna talks about now the second type of Purusha. One Purusha is the soul. Purusha means trying to enjoy Prakriti. Right? Now, as Atma, one may be in a female body or one may be in the male body. Both are enjoyers. Both are Purushas. But there is one more Purusha, that is Paramatma. Right? And Krishna says in the 24th verse, if you understand this Paramatma, liberation is guaranteed. That's text 24. How do you understand? Through various types of yoga. In 25th verse, Krishna says various types of yoga will bring you to point of Paramatma. In text 26, he says, Bhakti is the easiest and the best to understand this Paramatma. What is the knowledge? Go to text 23. This Paramatma is Upadrishta, observer, overseer. Nothing. When we say, hey, your last life's karma is haunting you, who is the evidence? Paramatma is observing everything. Nothing goes. That Paramatma is not observed. Upadrishta, then Anumanta, he is the one who gives permission. When our parents taught us, see, go and offer prayer, right? When our parents told us, see, God is seeing. Where is God? Right in your heart, man. He's sitting as Paramatma. We should seek permission, right, from him. Upadrishta Anumanta cha Bharta. He is the provider. Bhokta, he is the enjoyer. Paramatma iti, see the word there in the third line. Paramatma is called Dehesmin Purusha Par. Ek Purusha is Atma. Paraha Purusha is this Paramatma. So Atma is there and Paramatma is there. What will you gain in 24th verse if you understand Paramatma? Krishna says liberation. Right? So text 25 talks about various methods by which this Paramatma can be understood. Name, Paramatma. Text 26, Krishna says, oh, by bhakti, just by simply hearing from great souls, right? Bhakti begins from there. Let's go to the second last section. S, the seeker, becomes a seer now. I wanted jnana. I wanted to know who is name, Prakriti. I've got, and I was a seeker till now. One will say, okay, when the seeker becomes the seer, we get that vision. What will we see in this world? Okay, I'll give you an example. We will take Nakul Prabhu here. Okay. So Nakul Prabhu, are you seeing the world the way it is? Are you able to see the world factually?
No problem.
Why do you think? You have eyes, right? You have vision.
I have vision,
and you have spectacles also.
but I don't have knowledge.
Okay. Now, if Nakul Prabhu, I award you a microscopic vision, how will you see this world?
In detail, everything.
Imagine, that means you are not seeing it now. What you are seeing is impaired vision.
Yes.
Imagine you get a telescopic vision.
Yes, I'll see in more detail.
That means so many things are hidden from me now. Even if I want, I cannot see. By advancement of science, we have made a microscope, we have made a telescope to expand our vision. And yet their microscopes and telescopes are not even now the best ones. They're still making it better. With every iPhone that comes next now, nothing changes in the phone, only what changes in the camera. Better camera and better camera and better camera and better camera. Right? That's all that they're doing. You cannot see. And sometimes they will say, our screen now is, what, retina display and all would come. Actually, Samsung is coming out with displays now, which can, display billions of colors in every square inch. And you know what Samsung says? Your eyes also cannot see it. Then why are you making it? Why are you making a product like that my eyes cannot see? With our knowledge, we understand aisa bhi hota hai. Right? So, when a seeker, practitioner becomes a seer, how will that person see the world? Till now, we were only seeing body, eyes, nose, this and that. But the knowledge says, no, earth, water, fire, air, ether. There are 5 senses, 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses. There is Atma, there is mind, intelligence, ego, Atma, Parama. मेरे को नहीं दिखता, I cannot see. I'm a seeker. I want to get the vision. I want to become the seer. What does a seer see? A realized person can distinguish between matter and spirit. A realized person understands how this indestructible super soul is accompanying the living entity from one birth to the next birth. The Paramatma goes on, right? The seer will start seeing the super soul present, does not see the elephant, the cow, the Brahmana, the dog eater, the woman. No, the soul within. Right? Like we give the example, if a girl is walking on the street, a hooligan, right, sees the girl. A sage sees the girl. A baby sees the girl, and a tiger sees the girl. Not everyone is going to see the girl in the same way. Similarly, one who has become a seer now, one who has attained the vision, will see the presence of Atma and the presence of Paramatma in every body. Okay? And the true seer's vision, samam sarveshu bhuteshu, one understands the external body is only different. The transformations are there. The real personality is the soul, right? And one starts behaving with equal vision towards everyone. Text 29. Hinatsti atmanatmanam. Results of such mature vision, one understands how to deal with everyone in this world. Okay, let's go to the last section. I am going beyond time. I'll just take 2 more minutes. The T, wisest, was our acronym. T is from text 30 to 35, 5 verses. Transcendental, right? So when one's jnana chakshu, once jnana is awakened, one becomes transcendental. Prabhupada would use this word, right? One sees ultimately that nobody is acting. The Atma is only sitting, right? Like, there's a roller coaster ride. You just go and sit in it. Everything, now you cannot do anything. All the transformations that are happening, going up and going down, somebody's happy, somebody's crying, somebody's shouting. You are not doing anything now. You are just responding to the situation. Somebody who has got transcendental vision will see it like that. Oh, the Prakriti is doing everything. The Atma is as if sitting on a roller coaster ride. Right? Only the body acts in this world. The living entity is beyond, never mixing with the body. Right? And just as Krishna says, space pervades all things without getting contaminated. Just as sun illuminates all things without getting affected, right? One remains liberated while living in this world. One who has attained this eyes of knowledge has become transcendental. Now Krishna gives the Falashruti, the entire chapter's Falashruti. The text 35, the last verse. Kshetra kshetradnayor evam antaram jnana chakshusha. Once jnana chakshusha is awakened, and one understands the difference between kshetra and kshetragya, right? Bhuta prakriti moksham cha, bhuta prakriti moksham, one will attain liberation. Ye viduryanti te param. Understand, Arjuna, that soul will attain liberation. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. My request to you is please do the homework about the items of knowledge. Right? Count them, how many are they and what are they. And if you have any questions, please send it to Gaurav Prabhu. He sends it to me on WhatsApp. He forwards it to me. I was supposed to give another session at 8:30, between 8:30 to 9:30. So I'll have to log off now. But I will answer your questions in case they reach me through Gaurav Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Pranam.
Pranam. Pranam.
Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.